Do you ever drop by your favorite indie bookstore for an author reading and walk out a couple hours later, $100 lighter in your pocketbook? That's not just me. I know it's not just me because I have met other readers and I know other librarians, and I know I'm not the only person who does that. But I did that recently, so I thought I would do a kind of overdue, librarian humor, an overdue book haul because it happened a couple weeks ago, but I'm still really excited about all the books that I got and I wanted to talk about them. So I originally showed up at Murder by the Book in Houston, which I have mentioned before and is one of the best indie bookstores ever. Like, it is like a specifically mystery themed bookstore, and that is amazing. They have great author visits and they have a wonderful staff who's super, super knowledgeable and will help you find whatever kind of book you're into. And most of them that they've read themselves. They're just super cool. There's a dog there sometimes. You should really look into them if you live in the Houston area. So I was there for, you know her, I talk about her all the time. Deanna Raybourn was there with a couple other authors. Lauren Willig, who writes the Pink Carnation series, which I haven't talked about, and I might have to do some rereads. Please forgive Charlie. I mentioned before that she loves playing with a peppermint, and that is what she's doing. So Lauren Willig was there, Deanna Raybourn was there, Tasha Alexander was there, who I've read one of her books, but I haven't read any others, and another author whose name I have forgotten, but the battery's running out on this video, so I can't remember his name. He is married to Tasha Alexander, so I will add his name below. It was really funny. The Deanna Raybourn, Lauren Willig, and Tasha Alexander are all American and mostly write books set in England, and the male author is English and his books are set in Alabama. So I thought that was, or we all thought that was kind of ironic. So I got Deanna's new book, which is A Treacherous Curse, the third in the Veronica Speedwell series. I have talked about Veronica in the past. If you haven't watched my videos, please do that. But Veronica is, she's just a legend in her own right. She is a lepidopterist, a butterfly hunter, and she gets up to all sorts of mischief. This is, like I said, the third book. This one has to do with some mummies and some curses. And I'm only a couple pages in, but it's already Veronica-y and Stoker-y and so good. So good. I don't want to read it because I don't want it to be over. Like, I don't want to have finished reading it. I just want to always be reading it. That's an issue. The Lauren Willig has written so many books. I really, really love her Pink Carnation series. But her new book sounds completely different. It's called The English Wife. It's very gothic. It's set in the United States, and there is a murder disappearance, possibly murder-suicide situation, and we kind of investigate the wealthy Knickerbocker and his English wife who was murdered, and the Knickerbocker has disappeared, or vice versa, I think. No, sorry. The husband dies and the wife disappears, and the husband's sister is kind of investigating and trying to figure out what happened and why her brother had another woman's name on his lips when he was murdered. So yeah, this looks super dark and mysterious. The next one, they had it on display and I could not resist. It is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, which is her new book. It's been a little while since Maureen had a book come out, and she's having like two come out in pretty quick succession. This is the beginning of a trilogy. It's a murder mystery, and that is literally all I know. Like, I'm not exaggerating. I haven't read the inside cover. I was just like, oh, boop, pick that up. I love this blue. Oh, it's gorgeous. So yeah. And the only thing that I know about it is that the bookseller at Murder by the Book said, keep in mind that it is part of a series when you get to the end. So I a little worried about how this is gonna end. A thing that I love and that I hope people know and take advantage of is that librarians and booksellers, especially in indie bookstore situations, really know their stock. They really should kind of know what they have and be able to help you find a book that you'll like. So I haven't mentioned it, but I just started a podcast because I, don't have enough to do with my time. There are 24 usable hours in every day. So I started a podcast. If you watched my video on books about heists and cons, you know my love for that genre. And my podcast is about the show Leverage, which is all about heists and cons and criminals and kind of Robin Hooding. So when I was there, I asked for some recommendations of books with heists in them. And right away I was suggested a book that I already know about, I've already read, Heist Society by Ali Carter. So I said, oh, I've read that one. But then they gave me a couple others. So I got Marco Impossible, which is set at the end of these two best friends, Steven and Marco, and they kind of get into heists and solve crimes and stuff. But this is their last heist of the year and of their high school career, and they're hoping that it'll all go to plan because one of the boys who's at Marco finds out that the dreamy exchange student who he's had a crush on is going to be he's going to be playing in a band at the high school prom. And so he enlists Steven to help him crash the prom and win the boy. So I'm super, super excited about this. Like, it looks so cute. And also the author's name is Hannah Moscowitz, which makes me think of Lily Moscowitz. Moscowitz from the Princess Diaries books. So that was like a nice, like, oh, I don't know why. I mean, obviously I know why it's the last name. So the other one is called Ghost Man by Roger Hobbs, and this is set in an Atlantic City casino where two crooks for hire try to rob the casino, and it all goes wrong because you shouldn't try to rob a casino unless you're Danny Ocean and you have 10 other people helping you. So their heist goes horribly wrong and only one of them makes it out alive. Now he's on the run with $1.2 million in a vacuum packed into a bundle the size of a briefcase. Little does he know though that it's rigged with explosives. So yeah, so there's a heist, there's money, he's on the run, and it's rigged to blow at any minute. So that sounds exciting too. I wish that I could have bought more. Every time I'm in there I'm like, I want that book and I want that book and I want that book, and I shaved it down to just these 5, and it was like around $100, just perfect. Right there. So yeah, I was eating on a budget the rest of the month. That was my book haul from Murder by the Book. You should check out this store if you're ever in the Houston area. It's in a really neat area of town. There's lots of cool food and bars. There's a really cool bar right across the street if you are of legal drinking age. And if you don't live in the Houston area, find your local indie bookstore, even if you have to go to the next town, and support them. They're really important. Ask them what kind of books they like and what kind of books you should read based on the books that you do like. Yeah, support them. They're doing good work. Okay, so that's it for me. Make sure you do all those nice things you can do on YouTube. Like this video, comment below if you've read any of these books or if you would like to. Share wherever you think you should share this. You know where you should share it if you should share it. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Okay, I hope you have a good rest of the day, good evening. I hope that you're safe. I hope that you're happy. And I hope that you have a good book to read.